Everybody, this is Cheri at DJ Sundries, and I just wanted to pop on, wish you a happy new year, give you some updates of what's going on here at DJ Sundries, and have a couple questions, or at least one question for you at the end. So bear with me as I get through these different things. I hope that you all had a wonderful Christmas. You spent some time celebrating our Savior's birth, spent some time with family, and just enjoying being present with your family. I know that I definitely did, and I'm very thankful for the time that I had with my family. Both my son and my daughter were able to come out. My daughter's boyfriend came, who is now her fiance, and we just spent some time together as a family that was just very precious, made some good memories together. So after they all left to go home, they live like 12 or 14 hours away. Then I got some extra rest. I took some PTO, got caught up on some of my rest, and then I went to work in the craft room. So I did do a little bit of organization, including cutting apart my media grip mat from Tim Holtz. Now I had purchased 2 because I really didn't think I needed 3, even though that was the recommendation. If you were wanting to set up the way that he did, I didn't think I would need that many. And I'm still not going to end up setting it up exactly the way that he did, but 2 is definitely not enough. So I did order a 3rd, and so that will be coming probably in the next week or so. Once I have some time to cut the 3rd one apart, I will show you more about what I did in case you're interested in that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is my annual December journaling. So if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I journal in a B6 something similar to this, a B6 traveler's notebook. But in the past years, I have started a December journal. Well, in fact, I think I've started every one since about 2016, maybe 15. And I've not completed one since 2016, I think was the last one I completed. But I have them all kind of in boxes by Kit, or in a box by Kit. But this time I thought I'm going to do things a little bit different, make it a little bit easier on myself. And then when I cleaned up the craft room, after I was done with all the holiday crafting and gift wrapping and everything that happened in here, I did leave my IKEA Rockstar cart with quite a few of the Christmas things still in it, so that I can just take this out and work on it. Now you will notice that it is completely blank. And so you're probably thinking, well, what in the world did you do? Because it looks probably worse than ever. And you would be right as far as the journal itself goes. But to start with, I did order this back in probably November, maybe probably mid to early November. I'm pretty sure it was here well before I would have started using it. Ordered it from Etsy from Paper Penguin Co. And it's the B6 Traveler's Notebook. It's a dot grid, and it's out of Tomeo River paper. Now this is different than my normal. It feels a little bit thicker, so I'm assuming this is perhaps the newer version of the paper. I'm still excited to try it. This craft cover is very smooth, and so I anticipate doing either some watercolor or collage or something like that. But I did still stay way ahead of the game, because I decided that this year I was going to approach my journaling a little bit differently. So I pulled out a notebook. Now this is not new. This is something that I have in my craft room. It's actually stationary from Midori. I've had it for several years. I don't know, maybe 2-3 years, maybe longer than that. Picked it up, well, it would have been pre-pandemic, from an art supply store near where we lived at the time. And so what I did is I pulled that out, and I decided to start with a daily log. So I pulled out this sticker book from Tim Holtz. This is this year's Christmas Noel sticker book. And I used it to decorate my pages. So as you see here, very simple decoration. Now I actually start mine the day after Thanksgiving every year. And I tried really hard to remember to write every day, but it didn't happen. But what I would do is I would go back, I would look at my camera roll because I would snap lots of pictures, or I would look back at different things that were happening and make sure that I was caught up. So I did that. I ended up with 6 pages going from the day after Thanksgiving to January 1st, which this is when I decided to end it this year, was on January 1st. So, and I really didn't journal necessarily all about Christmas, although that's definitely a component in there, and it's decorated as such about Christmas. But I really did it from a real, this is my life, this is real life, this is the way that we're doing it right now. Because as much as I love Christmas, as much as I love New Year's, my anniversary's in there, as much as I love spending time with family, that's only a small portion of life. And so I felt like if I captured everything, not just those fun things that I want to capture, then it would be a truer representation of what's going on with life. And so then I did continue to snap photos. Now I will tell you that I found these photos that I had stuck inside. I had printed well before Christmas, and so I do need to cut these apart, and I'll show you how I do that. A great new tool that I have to do that. But I sat down then today, and I got all my pictures. Now I'm just showing you the back side of this picture, but I think the reason that I printed these is I had to do a iCloud dump. I'm so stingy with my iCloud, and I don't want to pay for storage, and because I'm using the phone to do videos, I run out of storage a lot more frequently now. So one day when I was cleaning out the iCloud, I just started with the pictures that were earlier in the year or in the season. Love this picture of my dog looking up at the Christmas tree. I don't know if you can see that that's what that is, but it was like she was wondering what in the world was going on. But I just printed those, so those need cut apart. But then I went through and I organized the rest of these. So I cut them in or printed them in 3 different sizes using my Canon selfie. And so and these I have turned upside down because they all have people in them, and I haven't requested permission to show them on YouTube, so that's why that's there. But I cut some of these in the smaller size, which I think would be, or not cut, but printed. So this one they're about 2 by 3, I think, not quite 2 by 3. Just under 2 by 3 by the time you cut off all the margins. Then these are closer to 3 by 4. Again, once you cut off all the margins, they're a little bit smaller. And then these would be the 4 by 6s. So, and then I arranged them in numerical order. Now, I have not written on these because I don't like to write on the back of my pictures, because invariably when I do that, if I use the wrong pen, one of 2 things will happen. Either I use a pen that's too tough and I get the raised from the writing on the backside, or I use a pen that smears and it smears the photos underneath it. So I didn't do that, but I've got going from earliest to latest in the small, earliest to latest in the medium, and then earliest to latest in the larger. So I'm cut and ready to go there. So how did I cut these? Very, very simply. My son bought me the new baby trimmer. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me. The baby trimmer for Tim Holtz. So my trimmer collection from Tim Holtz is complete. I have all 4 of them. I love every single one of them for different reasons. I did find that what I didn't care for this one about when I was using it for crafting is you can't get as precise in measurements because it is so tiny, and it measures in 1/4 inch increments, so it only goes up to 3.5 inches, and then along with size it is 6.25 inches, but it doesn't do great for measuring unless you want something pretty generic. But it is perfect for this type of just trimming up for your photos or whatever you need, just a real quick trim. It works like a dream for that. And so these I just simply go in, I cut off my borders. I worked my way through this stack extremely quickly. The ones, in fact, I cut as they were printing, and I think I was done just as fast as, by the time they were done printing, I was caught up with trimming them, except for the last couple off the printer. I mean, it was super fast to just whip through and print. It's very precise. If you line it up, again, I don't know how precise with the measuring, because again, you can only go in 1/4 inch increments, but this just gives me a good variety of size and different things that I want to put in the journal to really capture what we did this December during the holiday season. So that is what is going on with that. So now with everything still sitting out and ready to go, if I have 10 minutes, if I have an hour, I can come in, I can work on next steps and just work through to get it. The other thing that I did, which I can't show you because I'm filming with my phone, is I with the exception of this new packet that I just found, I did keep all of the photos on my phone so that if I don't know which date, like some of them will be very obvious. This picture was from Christmas Eve, and this one I wish you could see, and you could see it better on the phone than you could see it in the photo. But the reason I took this picture of feet and knees is if you look way back here, there's my cat sitting behind the Christmas tree watching us. So but I can quickly go in if there's a date I'm not sure about, and if I didn't actually log, so I can't tell from the picture what is in the photo what day it was, I can quickly go back on my phone, with the exception of those that I was just cutting. I can quickly go on my phone and see what they are, and then I'll just delete them as I do that. So that is the December journaling. The other couple things, I did get my planners for 2023 printed. I'm going to work this evening on getting those started and set up for the year. I know I'm running really late for that. I might actually printed my pocket size one back in, I think, October or November, because obviously I was already putting in dates on my monthly calendar for that as things became available. But I do need to start the decorating process and then put together my B6. I've got to be better about using a camera this year, so that's one of my goals. And then the other thing, and this is the question, I would love your opinion. So this year, first of all, I'm not planning on making 1,000 gift tags again. Although I will tell you that the recipients seem to really like them. I had probably more feedback from people on those than I have had on any of my other handmade Christmas ideas. People just really seem to like them. So that makes me happy. But I am planning on getting an early start on my Christmas cards this year. And by early, I mean, if possible, it may not be January, just simply because with work and the beginning of the year and new goal setting and different classes and stuff I have to do, I'm probably not going to get started until February. But the question is, how would you like to see Christmas cards? Would you prefer to see them as I do them? Making, probably, I plan to make a variety of them, and I plan to do several a month, probably 1 or 2 different sessions a month, creating maybe 10 or 15 cards at a time. Would you prefer to see it that way, or would you prefer to see them all during the Christmas season next year? So put your answer in the comment box below. And if you haven't already done this, please be sure and subscribe and like this video. And I'm looking forward to a great crafting year ahead of us. One of the next videos will probably be talking about my word of the year for 2023 and getting my planner set up out there so I can get back into doing the things that are important to me and that I hope that you find interesting. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.